What's good? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got 9 players that are entering a make or break season in 2025. Let's check this out. That nigga AR. That's if he even wins the starting job.
Alright folks, 2025 is here and the corresponding season is right around the corner. For some NFL players, this ain't just another season. No, it is the season. We're talking career crossroads and contracts hanging on by a thread. Some of these guys are former stars clinging to relevance, while others are unproven talents running out of excuses. And all of them are on the hot seat. So buckle up, because we're counting down NFL players who absolutely have to deliver in 2025 because it is make or break for them.
Bet.
The Jets and the Chargers. Roethlisberger.
That Geno Stone? That nigga had one good season. The Bengals thought he was gonna be an all-pro for them. Bro, we make players look good because of our scheme, bro. Because of our coaching staff, our front office, we do such a good job at that, bro. This nigga Geno had what 6, 7 picks a couple years ago. As last year.
Growingly concerning history of injuries. The Broncos were wise to structure his contract in a way that allows them to treat the 3-year deal as a 1-year audition, and with Greenlaw already nursing a strained hamstring, the pressure is certainly on.
This 15.5 sacks.
Oh, he got like oh my gosh. Oh, he got like a shoulder injury he's dealing with too.
A tone-setting thumper who flies around the field like he's got somewhere to be and someone to hit. He was a core piece of that ferocious Niners defense. But both his availability and his ability have been called into question as of late. And for him to maintain his staying power,
availability is the best
ability.
ability.
Prove it in a big way during his first season as a Bronco. At the end of the day, Denver is not exactly overflowing with elite defensive leadership right now, but they are young and talented. And there's great opportunity for Greenlaw to reestablish himself. You know, if he can deliver. But man, if he can't stay healthy and perform, his future in Denver, and perhaps the NFL, could be in jeopardy.
That's facts.
Anthony Richardson,
AR.
QB, Indianapolis Colts.
I really want AR to succeed so badly, bro. But he kind of does it to himself with him tapping out of the game, you know what I'm saying? Because he got tired. You cannot do that, bro. You're definitely going to lose, you know what I'm saying, the trust in your teammates when you do shit like that. But then not only that, bro, like his accuracy is it just needs a lot of work. A lot of work, bro. You know what I'm saying? He has the arm. He has the mobility. He just needs to make better decisions and get better accuracy, bro. Because if not, he finna be out of the league in the next 2 years, bro.
Anthony Richardson.
But he was already raw coming out of Florida, bro. So the Colts took a big shot with drafting him number 4 overall.
Hoping not to get pancaked by the expectations.
Look at that
and
throw.
Subsequent disappointments. The Colts rolled the dice on him at 4th overall in 2023, betting that his rare blend of size, speed, and arm talent would override his rawness.
The Indianapolis Colts select Anthony Richardson.
Then he played like only 6 plus games
so far,
at Florida.
Those flashes have been lightning in a bottle rare, and the injuries have been far too common.
Yeah, that too.
He needs to prove that he can do something other than sub himself out mid-game and throw high velocity incompletions. Colts fans want to believe. Hell, most football wants to believe. I mean, he has had his moments where he's been electric, but if Richardson doesn't show that he's more than just a preseason Pro Bowl fantasy, Indy might be moving on, and fast, because the flashes have been far too infrequent.
Richardson will keep this one. Richardson at the 10. Lowers his shoulder. First and goal.
Bottom line, if he can't validate himself as a legit NFL pro this year, he may never get the chance to again.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. We've seen how quarterbacks, you know, have improved their career later, like Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. So I don't think, you know, him not, you know what I'm saying, being on the Colts long term is gonna ruin his career whatsoever.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Depends on what team he goes to after the
expectations
Colts if he doesn't play good
the
this
Bengals
year.
brought him in last season from division rival Baltimore, where he had just completed a breakout season.
Look at this op right here, bro. Look at this fucking op.
Picking off 7 passes in his first year with more responsibilities.
The Jets and the Chargers. Roethlisberger.
Him, PQ, Deshaun Elliott, who else? Malik Harrison, all them op-ass niggas.
Felt really good about it. Unfortunately, the operation did not go as planned. It took him 7 weeks to get his first interception in the Bengals system. And they weren't even able to properly celebrate the occasion because, well, he was injured on the very same play.
Damn.
We got 2
injured Cincinnati defenders Geno Stone and Von Bell.
That said, he did
Von
start
Bell
to find
a
his
thumper,
groove within
boy.
the Bengals system
That
during the
nigga
final
dog.
quarter of the year. Between week 13 and 15, Stone collected 3 interceptions, and wouldn't you know it, the defense picked up and the team went on a 5-game winning streak, just narrowly missing the playoffs. To his credit, his ability to heat up late was a big spark for the playoff push. But 2025 has to be more fireworks and less kindling. If he doesn't bring it this season, well, he could find himself as just another guy who peaked way too early. Von Miller?
Von Miller.
FL.
That nigga's still a free agent.
There was a time not too long ago.
He definitely gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer because he could definitely retire right now. But what team do y'all see him going to? Like, I'm not gonna lie. Imagine him going to the Lions and then he gets back into his prime. That's gonna be nasty, bro. Him and Aiden Hutchinson on the opposite
He was
side.
the closer, the big game assassin,
Crazy.
the one piece away move that teams made when they were serious about chasing.
Like,
wins.
one thing I can't
In fact,
believe,
just ask the two
like, yeah, this
people-
right here. Who the fuck allowed Aaron Donald and Von Miller to be on the same team? Like, honestly, who allowed that? How did the NFL let that shit happen?
Well, Von's
It
not
results
hunting
in the
rings,
Super Bowl,
he's hunting
but, like, how did the
relevance.
NFL allow that to
no,
happen,
he's
gang?
just trying
That
to
is
find a roster
crazy.
spot. Buffalo paid him big money, and to say that the production was absent is, well, that's a massive understatement.
He gotta
6
stay
sacks
healthy, though.
In 2 years and an off-field storm cloud that won't stop raining. And we have just scratched the surface on the off-field issues. Legal troubles and controversy have followed him into free agency, and, well, let's be
Legal
honest,
troubles?
that's not exactly
What
what
is on about?
playoff-bound GMs are itching to bring into their
What
locker
happened with
rooms. Especially not when the on-field payoff is not guaranteed. At his age, it's going to have to be a team that thinks it seriously has a chance at a Super Bowl run and is just a postseason sack or 2 away. Assuming Miller does get signed, which, since this is the NFL, he probably will, he's going to need to prove that his lack of production in Buffalo is not the norm, and that he can be a meaningful contributor for a contender. But if 2025 looks anything like his Buffalo stint, that Hall of Fame speech might be arriving sooner than expected. Deontay Johnson, WR, Cleveland
Oh
Browns.
boy, that nigga just getting passed around the AFC
Deontay
North
Johnson's
now.
career arc has gone from promising young star to NFL journeyman in record time. 5 teams in roughly a year isn't just a red flag.
That
It's
is
almost
insane. Bro went from Pittsburgh, got traded to Carolina, traded to Baltimore. Then we cut him, and then he went to Houston, back to Baltimore. Now he with Cleveland. I ain't gonna lie, this is 100% his last shot. And it's already rough playing for Cleveland as it is. If he can't make this work, he's out of the league.
impossible.
100%.
No, it is a parade of red
That
flags
is insane.
wrapped in a cautionary
Oh my
tale.
gosh.
Once pegged as
I
a
ain't gonna lie, that
budding
was
wide
a
receiver
crazy
1 in
catch.
Pittsburgh after a 107 catch, 1,161-yard season in 2021.
Trubisky
Now imagine if they would have still had Deontay Johnson.
laying out Deontay Johnson.
They could definitely need him
Johnson
now.
finds himself clinging to a 1-year vet minimum deal in Cleveland with 0 guarantees, both literally and
That motherfucker on a
figuratively. The talent has
$1.17
always
million
been there.
deal.
Quick feet, sharp routes,
Man, that's
and the
still
ability to
good
open
money.
in the tightest
You know what I'm
of
saying, to the
spaces.
average
But
person, but
drops,
for an NFL
inconsistency,
contract,
and a few choice behavioral decisions have
ain't
really
much.
overshadowed his skill set. A few actually might be underselling it. He has made a mess of things in damn near every single locker room he's been in.
Facts.
His infamous
Locker room
refusal
cancer.
to enter a game in Baltimore because he didn't like his role. Yeah, that
like,
didn't
what do you
exactly help his
expect, bro? You got Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar, Mark Andrews, and Isaiah Likely, all in front of you as pass catchers. You think you was gonna come here and have a big role? No, nigga, you came here for depth and depth only. Like, come on, gang. Come on,
in a
gang.
league where buy-in is non-negotiable.
Like, bruh.
Now he lands in Cleveland with one last shot to clean up the attitude, prove that he can be a steady contributor, and shed the head case label. And oh boy, what a place to do it. Hey, at least he's joining a team with low expectations, and one
Yeah.
where he doesn't need to be
How
a
many wins
star
y'all think
anymore.
Cleveland gonna have
He
this
needs
year,
to be
bro?
a pro, but beware. If he flames out there, well, that could be a wrap for what was once
Probably
an
roughing around like
extremely
4
promising
wins.
career. Joey Bosa,
Joey Bosa.
DE,
Another guy's got to stay healthy. Now I ain't gonna lie, they paid a lot of money to bring him in. Like for what he's been able to do these last couple years. I think his last full season was like what 2021, 2022. That's not good, bro. But if he can stay healthy and they can get the old Joey Bosa back, hey, things gonna start looking scary in that Buffalo defense. Cause you already got Russo, You know what I'm saying? Ed Oliver. They drafted T.J. Sanders. They brought in Michael Hoyt. You know what I'm saying? They got a solid D-line. If they can get old Joey Bosa back, oh my gosh. Bill's going to be looking nasty.
Joey Bosa is now fighting to remind everyone that he is still worth game planning.
But Bosa's still a dog when he's healthy.
Half of his career, limiting him to just 14 sacks over the past 3 seasons, after racking up 58 in his first 6. The Bills are giving him a prove-it contract, hoping to squeeze what's left of his prime into one last push. In theory, this is a smart move. Buffalo needs someone.
I could definitely see this being his last year, though,
to bring heat off the edge after Von Miller flopped spectacularly. But let's not sugarcoat it. Bosa's durability is the elephant in the locker room here. At full strength, yeah, the man can absolutely still wreck a game. The big problem, well, he has not been full strength since 2021.
Yeah, I was right. That is crazy, but we're in 2025. Oh my gosh. Maybe he just needed a change of scenery, bro, because we've seen this story a lot where a player just continues to get hurt, you know, and then once they go to a new team, they start playing great. You know what I'm saying? Stay healthy and shit.
Could be finished. If he continues to struggle with injuries and productivity, the Bills may very well be the last team that he plays for in the NFL. Marshawn Lattimore, CB, Washington Commanders.
Hey, he was getting fried all last year after he got traded. But I'm going to give him a little bit of a break because of the fact that he was dealing with an injury. But this year, he better step up or he's getting traded. Because I've already heard rumors about him getting traded. You know what I'm saying? They drafted Trey Amos. They already got Mikey Sarin, still had a great rookie year. They brought in Jonathan Jones. You know what I'm saying? But he's getting older. Marshawn better lock the fuck in this year, bro. Especially against A.J. Brown. He got to get his get back. Because that nigga A.J. gave him problems.
Pro Bowl lockdown corner. You know, not a guy held together by athletic tape and good intentions. Ever since arriving in D.C., he has been more rehab reports than highlight reels. He tweaked a hamstring shortly after getting there, and despite flashes in the postseason, he has not looked like that guy since his New Orleans heyday. The talent has not gone anywhere. Lattimore still has the instincts, the technique, and of course, the swagger that made him a menace on the boundary. But at age 29 and coming off 2 injury-plagued years,
that nigga 29 now.
Washington has a rising young core and a new regime expecting results. If Lattimore doesn't show that he can still be a high-level CB1, well, he might find himself phased out faster than a Dan Snyder scandal. This is his chance to prove that the elite version of Marshawn isn't a thing of the past. If he can't recapture some of that swagger that he played with during all those years in New Orleans, well, we could see the curtains get called on Lattimore sooner than you think.
What's it going to be here?
That's a terrific play. Yeah, we need that Marshawn back. Zion Johnson. Wasn't he a first-round pick?
Chargers. When the Chargers drafted Zion Johnson 17th overall in 2022, they thought they were locking in a building block on the interior line for the next decade. Well, fast forward 3 seasons, and Johnson has been fine, to put it kindly. Yeah, he's been fine. Not dominant, not terrible, just fine. And for a first-round pick, yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to cut it. Johnson has started 49 games, which, hey, that sounds impressive, until you realize those starts have been riddled with inconsistency, penalties, and far too many moments where he looked completely overwhelmed. The Chargers recently declined his 5th-year option, a not-so-subtle message that it's most likely over for him in LA. But for his future career, it may also be now or never. If there is anyone who's going to demand more from his linemen, it's Jim Harbaugh. Johnson doesn't just need to
you know how he loves to run that rock.
A tone setter. If he does,
and it was crazy, but the Chargers got a good running back room. Najee Omarion, Hampton, they got Rocket Sanders.
Free agent. What would a make or break list be without Aaron Rodgers? Rodgers is a former 4-time MVP, and if he manages to,
I'm low-key, I ain't gonna lie, I'm low-key tired of talking about A-Rod, bro. We've been talking about that nigga the whole entire offseason. It's just go ahead and sign with the Steelers already and get it over with. Like dead ass, bro.
Tear, but then it just deteriorated into a deranged comedy specifically designed to torture Jets fans, who had really thought they had found their savior. In any case, he very much looked like a 40-year-old quarterback coming off a torn Achilles tendon last year, and did not do enough production-wise to justify his wacky behavior and all the headaches that he caused the team and the media. Now, it looks like he is likely to take his talents to the Steel City, which should be an interesting culture fit to say the very least. But in any case, if Rodgers is going to launch a successful second act, and no, we are not counting that Jets stint as an act at all, now is the time. Rodgers doesn't need another MVP season.
Imagine A-Rod throwing back shoulders to DK.
Who belongs under center in 2025. Because if this next stop is another flop, well, the last chapter of his storied career could end with a whimper, not a bang. But hey, which players do you think have the biggest make-or-break season on the horizon heading into 2025? Who do you think we are right on here? Who do you think we're wrong about? Was there anyone notable that we may have missed? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video,
I feel like I ain't gonna lie.
Clicking that like button helps.
I feel like Justin Fields, bro, in a way, this is a make or break season for him because, you know, he got did dirty in Chicago with them not putting enough talent around him. The offensive line was horrible. Then last year he played solid. You know what I'm saying? I think Pittsburgh was like 4-1, 4-2 before he got benched for us. You know, they started off hot, and then at the end of the year, the offense fizzled out. So I feel like this year definitely make a break for his career because this is his third team. You know what I'm saying? Former first-round pick. Finally getting to play with Garrett Wilson again. So I feel like he might have a good season this year, but it's the Jets, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, they don't have a good track record when it comes to good quarterbacks. Like, what was the last time the Jets had a true good quarterback? What? That Namath nigga from, like, back in the day? Like, I feel like that was the last time they had a true, you know what I'm saying, really good, consistent quarterback, bro. But, you know what I'm saying, I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Y'all let me know, you know what I'm saying, what other NFL videos I'm going to react to. Without further ado, I'm out.
I'ma make them feel me, make them people when they chow me. And if you don't know me, I'ma make sure that you know me. I hate to say it, but I really think I'm broke. But I know I'm chosen, I really know I'm chosen. I know I'm chosen. I was just lost a year ago, but now I'm focused. When good at sports, this microphone can be my trophy. Not taking drugs, I found a better way of coping.